time has come. The 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 time has come. It's time for our Friday Fishman Takeover, 4 p.m. Central Time. This is when it all happens, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm wearing my olive green house coat. Because it's a little, actually it's not too brisk today. It's been brisk in the house though. And I find the need for additional warm reinforcement. Additional warm reinforcement is what I need. It's what I need. Additional warm reinforcement. Sounds pretty clear. Let's see what I got here. I'm going to put it there. One more place. Today I'm sporting a Reverend Gil Paris model guitar, which comes loaded. Loaded! My God. Loaded with Fishman Fluent single with doggone pickups. Can you dig it, friends? Oh, thank you, Miles. I'm glad you enjoyed those Chet-esque jams this morning. I played a little Chetty type of activity. A little Chetty type of activity. Yeah, so here we are. I'm going to cause some trouble in this here room. We got Al from Mankato, Minnesota. You know, I saw Little Feat in Mankato, Minnesota. In Mankato. I saw them at, they were on the Representing the Mambo tour. And saw them there. And it was awesome. That song. You're gonna find out, mister, when you pop that herpes blister. I mean, meet that Texas twister. It's strong sometimes. It's Texas radio. Sure to play it hard and fair, yes. And sell it soft and low. They spoke to me from down in San Antonio. Late night in Little you gentlemen, you know. That's all I can remember, sorry. There's a lot of parts to that song. That needs a full band. It'd be hard to do that one duo. Can you dig it? How's Dylan today? Asked Miles. Miles asks how Dylan is. You got your microphone? I do. Dylan can speak. Dylan can speak. He's peachy keen. He's peachy keen. Let's do a little. Off our rockers, acting crazy. And with the right medication, we won't be lazy. Old folks boogie down on the farm. On wheelchairs, they were locked arm and arm. Paired off pacemakers with matching alarms. Give us just one more chance to spend one more yarn. And you know that you're over the hill when your mind makes a promise that your body can't fail. Old folks boogie, boogie we will. 'Cause to us, our thoughts as good as a thrill. Back at the home, no time is our own. The facilities easy. I'll roll out on loan. The bank's foreclosed and your bankruptcy showed, and your creditors reached an all-time low. But you know that you're over the hill when your mind makes a promise that your body can't fail. Look out. Get a rise from your atrophied muscle, but the nerve in your thigh is just a quiver and fizzle. But you know that you're over the hill when your mind makes a promise that your body can't fail. Woo! Sounds. When your mind makes a promise that your body can't fill, that sounds like a situation. So many things to worry about as you get older. Need that Prevagen at the ready. Wauwatosa Warrior, that's me. Wauwatosa, sorry, he's a Wauwatosa Warrior. A Wauwatosa Warrior. Wauwatosa, a Wauwatosa, a Wauwatosa Warrior. Guitar sounds good. It's this Gil Paris Reverend model with the Fishman fluent single with pickups that I actually had a hand in voicing. Wow. Did you hear that little falsetto shout out to me? Hey, me. Hi. Sorry, that's weird, but it's Friday. That'll happen. Am I right or am I right? Brian Borden says, I hope Fishman cut you a sweet deal for voicing those single with Gristle, Tone, and Peen. Oh, yes, but rest assured, Fishman has been good to me. Good to me. Good to me. Fishman has been good to me. It's a great relationship that's been going on for quite a few years now. And hopefully many years to come. Because it works, and when things don't work, or when they work, if they're not broke, don't fix it. If they're not broke, don't fix it. Thank you. Thank you, Dylan, for that percussive accompaniment to my rant. Will you play Kansas City? At some point we will. Kansas City, here I come. We're coming. We will come, and it will be so diggity doggone delicious. I should have quit you a long time ago. I should have quit you, baby, a long time ago. I should have quit you, baby, and went down to Mexico. If I had followed my first mind, if I had followed my first mind, well, I'd have been gone since my second time. What? Lord knows, well, I should have been gone. Lord knows, I should have been gone. Instead of staying, yeah, well, down on that curb floor. that felt pretty juicy and succulent. Yeah, sorry about that, Jack, that we couldn't be down there in Texas. Got some activities here on the home front that need some attending to that made it so I could not go. Yes. What kind of wah? You know, I was using my buddy Tim Yarning, who made my Gristle King pedal, years ago made a envelope filter called the Waka Waka. And that's what this is. And I got it set up so it's just a nice... Now, the other pedal I've been sporting here is my old Magnavibe pedal, which is different from the harmonic vibrato that's on the amp. That sounds like this. I got that set more of like a slower. I like to use that for more ballady stuff. But the Magnavibe sounds more like this, like a magnetone. I've got my handy dandy phase 90, and then of course my F up pedal, which also Tim Yarning made for me because he's a savage beast and a cool cat. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Oh, got to get better in a little while. We'll see if we can do that one. I was having a hard time screeching that out earlier. Just like Sly, we gotta take a stand. Please don't hurt nobody and knock them down. Give them a helping hand to get off the ground. We got to get better in a little while. It's got to get better in a little while. It's got to get better in a little while. It's got to get better in a little while. Sun's got to shine on my guitar someday. Yeah. Got to get better in a little while. It's got to get better in a little while. Sun's got to shine on my guitar someday. It's got to get better in a little while, said Eric Clapton back in the day. Don't you know what's wrong with me? Seeing things I don't want to see, sniffing things that ain't no good for me. Well, that's a song about some issues. I just sniffled, but not because I'm doing something naughty, simply because snot happens. Ladies and gentlemen, snot happens. Derek and the Dominoes, that was on the live Derek and the Dominoes record. And Clapton's actually been doing it in some of his later shows here. He's been whipping that one out. It's a great jam. The other one is Roll It Over. That's another good one. Roll it over. That's kind of a dirty song. I don't think he's talking about like exercise or anything or figurative rolling over. I think he's talking about, well, never mind. It doesn't bear talking about. Seth Loveless, you rascal. How's it going out there? I keep on meaning to get a hold of you. I'm so sorry I've been flaky, but I'm a flakiesman sometimes. We will discuss your jam. We will discuss your jam that the KMT would be a part of with thee. Do you tour in Europe? Well, we certainly have, Lars. We hope to do so again when the pestilence is past. When the pestilence is past, we shall return to Europe. When the pestilence is past, we'll have cold cuts for breakfast. That's what they do in Deutschland, which I dig, actually. Don't get me wrong. Cold cuts for breakfast, and those delicious rolls, and maybe a hard-boiled egg, and coffee that would peel the paint off a UVW bug. Going back to Europa, I'm gonna bring my scope, because I'm having cold cuts for breakfast. Did you hear that? Love your lyric about double chin rounding third. Thank you. That was a song from the new record. Does everyone have the new record yet? Doggone it. Koch Marshall Trio from the Epna. You can actually stream it now. Of course, if you get it from Bandcamp, we get a little extra taste, which is always a good thing. We get nickels instead of pennies. But you know what? They all add up in the end. Am I right or am I right, Dylan? The nickels or the pennies add up. The nickels and the penny. And good schnitzel. You're right, Michael. This guitar sounds damn good, is it not? This is the Jeff Benson, you rascal. He says he's got his. Thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, Jeffrey. We hope you're enjoying the jams. Thank you, Jeffrey. Yeah. Also, other materials are resurfacing. I'm actually getting my whole catalog back from various different things. So, Live on the Radio is going to be back up again. Live on the Radio. Also, the record I did with Malford Milligan, which was called Nation Sack, that's going to be up. Malford Milligan is also on, the great Texas vocalist. He's fantastic. He's on Live on the Radio. Then The Grip, of course, is up. Radio Free Gristle is up. The new record is Zepp. We'll be getting the rights back to our first KMT record. That's our next thing. But the three records I had on a German label called ZYX, that was Live on the Radio, Nation Sack, and then a record called From the Attic. Those will all be going up shortly. But I got a hold of my buddy from WMSE, Billy Cicerelli, and we went in, the whole Live on the Radio record with Roscoe Beck and Malford and Tommy Breckline and Brandon Temple's on there, and Johnny C's on the tune, I think, as well. Anyway, those were all from things we do down at WMSC. It's a local college radio station that has a great venue, actually. Just the room sounds great. It's not really a venue. It's just that you play in the record room. Really high ceilings. It sounds glorious. And Billy does an excellent job of capturing. Am I right about that, Dylan? It sounds magnificent. So I actually have morsels, live appearances, but there'll be no fixing. It just is what it is on there, folks, of the original tone controls on there, other outtakes from the Roscoe Beck sessions with Malford, KMT sessions, all of that. So I'm going to be sifting through that material to come out with yet another release at some point on down the road here, not too long. Can you dig it? Will you dig it? Good times, bad times with the cowbell. Well, Quarantine goes like this. Well, thank you, Mr. Quarantine, from keeping me safe from COVID-19. But when the going gets rough, the rough get hangry. The tough get hangry for something sweet or maybe a little tangy. Now I need to lose the quarantine. I think I've gained a quarantine. Eating those crunch berries was a whole lot of fun. Now I need to lose a quarantine. 'Cause when my double chin goes round in third, I need to lose a quarter. Well, tacos from Chilongo, pizza from East. When you need to sit down and feast quarantine, nothing better to do. I need to lose a quarantine. 'Cause when my double chin goes round in third, I need to lose a quarantine. Well, Hector's is down on the left, Left's is down on the right. If you're feeling like a little takeout tonight, quarantine, I need to lose a quarantine. 'Cause when my double chin goes round in third, I need to lose a quarantine. Rice Krispie treats are good, 7-layer bars are better, but Reese's reign supreme in any kind of weather. Quarantine, I need to lose it. 'Cause when my double chin goes round in third, I need to lose a quarantine. Quarantine, quarantine, I need to lose a quarantine. Quarantine, I need to lose it. 'Cause when my double chin goes round the third, I need to lose a quarantine. You know, my double chin goes round in third. Lars says, your son's a hell of a drummer. Yes, he is, that Dylan James back there. Rocking out like a warrior in heat. Knocking out like a warrior in heat. Rocking out, warrior in heat. Rocking out like a warrior in heat. That's what we do. That's how we do it. That's how we do, ladies and gentlemen. Like a warrior and he, ooh, real mother for you. We could do that one. buy a new car, but the price ain't right. It'd be a damn sight cheaper. But start riding a bike. They make a milk out of powder. Got the babies crying. Rent's going up higher. Got the parents lying. Lord, it's a real mother for you. Makes you wanna run for cover. And if you look, you will discover that it's a real mother for you, yeah. Gone to a disco. Get your troubles away. Dance to the music, yeah, yeah, that the DJs play. And when the lights come on, like you knew they would, go home and face the music that don't sound too good. Lord, it's a real mother for you. It makes you wanna run for cover. And if you look, you will discover that it's a real mother for you, yeah. For you, makes you wanna run for cover. And if you look, you will discover that it's a real mother for you, yeah. Great sugar. It's a real mother for you. A real mother for you. It's a real mother for you. It's a real mother for you. Can you dig it, ladies and gentlemen? Can you dig it? I like the sound of these activities. Folks, I am using a delicious weapon today. It is a Reverend Gil Paris model, although I still have the pickguard juice on there. I don't want to take it off. It's going to end up in the residence of some fine individual who does not want my defilements on it. My defilements. And it is a Gil Paris Reverend signature model with Fishman Fluence single with pickups on it. It comes installed, ready to rock your damn brain. Ready to rock your damn brain. Spider Logan says, great guitar for the money. You're damn right it is. Thanks for pointing that out, my friend. Great tone there. What's on the board, Greg? Good question mark. All the gains coming from the amp, but I've got some fun bediddlers on the ground here. Let me see if I gotta go back over here. The bediddlers on the ground. All right, this is for my amplifier to go through the various different sounds, but I've got, this is kind of the flavor center right here. Got some flavors. I got my, the delay is going through the effects. That's what this rascal is over here. This is my envelope filter. Both these pedals are made by my buddy Tim Yarning, who made my Gristle King pedal. Years ago, I got this pedal from a guy from Bigfoot Custom Effects, and it is a magnetone vibrato. But I keep on hitting this freaking thing with my foot, and it's ruining my settings. See, that's why I like when Tim makes my pedals for me, I like him to remove, just set it the way I like it, and then don't, and then take the buttons off so my big-ass foot doesn't get them messed up. You know what I'm saying? Can you dig it? The Lonnie Mac sound. And then this is my phaser. And then on the amp, I've got a harmonic vibrato, which sounds like this. Then here's my overdrive action. Doesn't it? Gets a little bit of that fuzz thing happening. Can you dig it? Can you dig that kind of rock and roll activity? Can you dig that kind of activity? Todd says, and I agree with him, at the risk of sounding sycophantish, I like that. Sycophantish. I don't think you're being sycophant. I think you're just being honest. It's the greatest combo amp of all time. And it's not because it's, it just has functionality to it that doesn't exist in any other device that I'm aware of. But you got to mess with it a little bit. I mean, I pretty much keep the EQ flat. I got everything straight up 12 o'clock. The only thing that's tricky about the amp is that there's two channels, and you can't let the channel volume be too loud so that the OTS on the top doesn't kick it over the top. It sounds weird. But there's it has a volume and a gain, OTS output tube saturation. So it's like a 1/2 watt power amp tube that you can overdrive and then add to either channel. So I just have both of those controls dimed. That could probably be something that get rid of those knobs and just have it a preset, a full. And that's that third gain button that I hit down there. And when I hit that, if I have the channel volume, the master past 1 o'clock, the OTS does not bump it. So I usually keep the channels volume down to about 1 o'clock, and there's a master volume on the top, overall master, and then I'll bring that one up as necessary. Can you dig it? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? It's a built-in tube screamer without that nasally sound. Yes, you are correct, Michael. And it's a little smoother. Everything sounds smoother with tubes. Isn't that the way it is? Everything sounds smoother with tubes. Wow, I got a little excited there. I almost sound like a robot. Everything sounds smoother with tubes. Everything sounds smoother with tubes. Everything sounds smoother with. Everything sounds smoother with. Everything sounds smoother with tubes. Wow. Did you see that? I went full robot when I started mentioning that everything sounds smoother with tubes. I got a little scared there. I almost went Terminator. What? Darth Slater says, Greg, come to Traverse City Guitar. One of these days I will. LG Gates says, Dylan's got new hi-hats? Question mark. Yes. Yes, he does. He's got new hi-hats. Laugh like Scooby-Doo. What? Oh. Rono. Yeah. Oh. A little scoop right there. That sounded disturbing. Did that happen? I think it just did. Dylan, let's do another jam. What should we do? Let's do that. I'm kind of digging that new badak. I like to use the envelope filter for this one. This is called the Waka Waka pedal. Waka Waka pedal. Can you dig it? All right, folks, it's that time for question and answer time, and Dylan can be included as well. You can ask questions of either of us at this particular junction of time. Question time. Don't be afraid that you can ask some questions. Don't be afraid that we will respond. Don't be afraid that you can ask some questions. You got it going on. And of course, don't forget we got Dylan back here. He's got a microphone. He's ready to respond to your questions. This was and is, as far as I know, it remains a Gil Paris, a buddy of mine, excellent guitar player from the New York City area. Play with Blood, Sweat, and Tears, all kinds of different, a who's who of jazz and fusion artists that he has played with. He himself is a great jazz and fusion artist and an excellent guitar player and a hell of a nice fellow, I might add. And this is his signature Reverend guitar. This new one just came out. And Dylan, what's for dinner? Asked Tom. You're supposed to answer that one.
That's a good question.
That's a good question. We don't know yet. Dylan, do when the levee breaks. There you go. Dylan said, or Lars asked, "What's your age, Dylan?"
26 years old.
Graham asked Dylan, "What is your favorite track from the new record?"
I really like the Daddy Longlegs track and Nubby the Hoarder Man.
And Nubby the Hoarder Man.
That turned out really well.
Robert asks, "Ever played an HSH older Gil Paris?" I did, and that's a cool guitar. They thought, when they were discussing that he wanted something kind of Strat-esque, but with these Fluence pickups in it. So they just kind of said, you know what? Let's do our take on an S-style guitar. Everyone else is doing it. Reverend could do it and do so in an excellent way, and in a way that was very cost-effective. So that's what they decided to do, and that's what this is all about. Whereas the other one, it was HSH, correct, a humbucker, single humbucker. So with these, of course, you get all their single coil sounding, but they are noise-free, and they have that little boost feature that's actually a second voice that's just a little hotter and a little fatter. Can you dig it? Eddie Leon says, "I like Allure." I like that one too, Eddie. Allure. Dylan has a nice Jack Black beard. There you go. Jay Knudsen says, "I have an HSH Gil Paris," and I bet you dig it, Jay. I bet it's a fine axe. Dylan, who are your top 10 influences, not necessarily drummers? Have you been influenced by Pat Torpey? Thanks.
Well, top 10. I'll do a top 5. My brain's a little fried. I'll do the top 5. Bernard Purdy. You got Ginger Baker, Steve Gadd, Steve Jordan. I remember watching a Sly and the Family Stone clip over and over and over again with Steve Jordan on drums at the Letterman show. That pocket is insane.
Yes.
Oh my God. So and then number 5, Bonham.
John Bonham. Can't forget about Mooney though. You got the Mooney
6.
in there.
Mooney somewhere. That's not in any special order. Mooney for sure.
You got the Mooney in you. You got the Mooney. Does Dylan play in any other fun groups? Asked Patrick.
I play with a couple people up in Minneapolis, but right now with COVID, this is it. This is it. I mean, I play with some other guys in Milwaukee, some guys in Minneapolis, but for right now with sweet, sweet COVID, I'm here.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Has Dylan heard rat scabies play?
That sounds like a disease.
It sounds like a disease. It does indeed. Who's your favorite heavy metal band?
I really like Pantera.
Dylan likes Pantera.
Pantera slaps off the bone.
He says it slaps off the bone. That's what the kids say.
No, they don't.
Billy Carter likes Soul Stroll off the new record. I like that one too.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Greg saw you on Tone Talk. Epic. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's good times. Dimebag Darrell and Terry. Simon Phillips is one of the greatest all-around rock drum. Yes, he is. Was and is. Brushes, says Spider Logan. That's what he likes from the new record. The new record right here, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it looks like. Koch Marshall Trio from the Up Now. Dylan, myself, and Toby Lee Marshall on the organ. And he's kicking the bass, left-hand bass and pedals, a little bit of both. Mostly left-hand bass, though. Can you dig it? Thank you, Dylan. You have to have a 1 hour. You have to have a 1 hour long interview. Yes, Lucky, you are correct. Lucky Licks. Lucky Licks. Matty K says, you can all say what you want, but I'm loving the 10 minutes worth of Drowning on Dry Land. Oh, well, I'm glad you dig that. That's been one that we've started to play live. Both the Johnny Guitar Watson tune and that one we'd occasionally do live. And then started working our way into our sets all the time. And then we're like, well, what the hell? We might as well record them. We got plenty of our own songs, but it might be fun to do these covers for the kids. And we did. And we did. Greg, do you steal Dylan's clothes and laugh like a tyrant father? I do that. Graham, it's the other way around. He is pilfering my socks and T-shirts all the damn time. James Gadsden, says Jay.
Oh, of course, yeah. Of course.
Yes, he says.
Absolutely.
Craig Robbins says, Greg, do they make your guitars for lefties? Craig, the problem is that the guitars are not the problem. It's getting the pickups to work with the that assembly. Oh my God, you hear that?
It's feeding hours.
It's feeding hours. Yes, it is. Jeff Benson says he likes Luna Girl. Yeah, that's a fun song. When Clapton invites you to Crossroads, what song will you do? Well, you know, I played at the first Crossroads Festival. I did not meet Clapton, though. He was lurking somewhere. I didn't even know if he saw us play, but I know that we played pretty good. I remember that. I remember it was me and Roscoe Beck, Johnny Clark on drums, Riley Osborne on Hammond organ, and Mike Cross. So it was basically most of the house band from Antone's plus me and Johnny C. And yeah. What led Dylan to the drums? Did he hear his father jamming in the other room from a young age and just started pounding the sticks to the beat?
Pretty much. I mean, just as a kid, I'd bang on pots and pans. Then I got a small little drum kit. And then they'd have rehearsals over at our house and at my aunt's house. I remembered there being 2 drum kits over at both those places. I'd get babysit over at my aunt's. I'd bang on those drums, come back home, go to the basement, bang on those drums. Just kind of them being around and me being interested in them. That's pretty much all the only instrument I really, really got interested in. Piano lessons, forget about it.
Yeah, we did take piano lessons for a while, yes. But you did not feel the power of the piano.
That was not my thing.
Any hope we can see you in Germany maybe by the end of this year or next year? Well, tentatively, we're supposed to come at the end of this year. I find that hard to believe, though. But I'm willing to do it if it's safe and financially plausible. Because if venues aren't at capacity where it makes it sense to come over, then that wouldn't make sense. Am I right or am I right? Not that it's all about the money, but it's got to be about it a little bit.
A little bit.
You can't go over for nothing. Dylan, did you also go to school for music?
Yeah. Yeah, I went to McNally Smith up in St. Paul, but it's no longer there. It's gone.
He destroyed it.
I destroyed it.
With his power of rock. How about Oregon? We'll definitely try to get there for sure. Summer Nam, I might be there. We shall see. Come back to Smash in California. We're hoping to get back to Cali. Can you dig it? You can't really say. Corey Spence asks, "Hey Dylan, which bass player have you played with that has the best groove?"
Best. I don't think there's really been a best. I mean, there's good, and then there's awful. There is no in between with bass players. There really is no in between. It's either it's tight and it's awesome and it's grooving, or it's just a nightmare. And I'd say the vast majority of the bass players I've played with have been grooving, but there have been some nightmarish moments. But yeah, there's pretty much no in between.
Yes. Was the first Crossroads in 1999 at Madison Square Garden? No, the first Crossroads was in 2004, I believe, and that was at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Roscoe. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, Roscoe. Probably. Yeah, the answer to that would probably be Roscoe.
Roscoe's a grooving son of a doggone gun. Questions out there, don't be afraid. Missed you in Dallas? Yeah, sorry about that, Corey. We couldn't get down there. There's some responsibilities here on the home front that cannot get out of town at this particular juncture in time. There you have it. Shane Call anytime soon. Tim, our next Shane Call date is on New Year's Eve, believe it or not. Although we have some things that are creeping in, some gigs here and there. But, the money's got to be right. And, I'm hoping, again, not to be all petty about the dough, but I don't... I'm just hoping that after COVID here, there aren't so many people wanting to play anywhere that prices go down. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you'll play for this now, when they were already starvation wages before that. Sorry, but it's true. A lot of bands making the same amount or less money than I was making 30 years ago playing clubs around this town and others, which are the same. It doesn't really change from one place to the next. So we've kind of like, you know what? We're going to play when it makes sense and the money is right and not wrong. So there you go. Can you dig it? Andrew says it's always about the money. Well, not always. What are you eating there, Sari? What do you got? What? Oh, the fish? Ooh. Yes.
It's ours.
It's time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for we've got a new air fryer, ladies and gentlemen, and some fish was prepared in the air fryer. And we're going to experiment with those flavors.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all there is to it. Sorry, I missed, there was a question there. Greg, which guitarist living would be your dream jam? I don't really have a dream jam. It's just, there's just fun whenever you can play with people that play conversationally. And we can actually have a rapport. There's people that play with other people, and there's people that play with other people. You know what I'm saying? Where the unimind is at hand. That's when it's fun. And anytime that happens, it doesn't really matter who it is, because it's just always good. Can you dig it? All right, folks, listen, thank you so much for tuning in today. We are going on a respite next week, ladies and gentlemen, FYI. There may be some, I think Ryan might air some old episodes of our activities. But we will not be live next week. We're taking a respite for the week, and then we should return the week after. Although, as I said, I think Ryan's going to come up with some other footage and have that just so we can keep the groove going. Can you dig it? But I look forward to seeing you the week after next And thank you so much for always tuning in. We appreciate it. And there you have it. Folks, have a great weekend. We are on together.com next, or .co. I always get that wrong. It's 2gthr.co. 5 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, Dylan and I doing a jam and question and answer thing. Can you dig it? Next KMT jam. Scheduled for the week after next, but we shall see. We'll keep you apprised. Only because situation is fluid. Not with Toby can come down every other week. So that could happen. It's just that we might have a scheduling difficulty. So we're going to see. Okay? So I remain open and cautiously optimistic. All right, folks. Dig yourselves. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.